Learning to speak English fluently is a journey that involves dedication, consistent practice, and the use of various strategies tailored to your individual needs. The process of becoming fluent in a new language like English is multifaceted, requiring not just the acquisition of vocabulary and grammar, but also the development of listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. Each of these skills plays a crucial role in your overall ability to communicate effectively in English. Immersing yourself in the language is one of the most effective ways to accelerate your learning process. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English in as many aspects of your life as possible. This can include listening to English music, watching English TV shows, movies, or YouTube videos, reading English books, articles, or blogs, and engaging in conversations with native speakers or fellow learners. The power of immersion lies in its ability to make English a natural part of your daily routine. By constantly exposing yourself to the language, you begin to internalize its rhythms, sounds, and structures. Over time, this exposure helps you develop an intuitive understanding of how English works, making it easier to communicate fluently. One way to immerse yourself is by listening to English audio content, such as podcasts, audiobooks, or radio shows. These resources offer a rich source of language input, allowing you to hear how native speakers use English in various contexts. As you listen, try to focus on the way sentences are constructed, the pronunciation of words, and the use of intonation and stress. Repeating what you hear can also be a useful practice, as it helps reinforce correct pronunciation and improve your fluency. Watching TV shows and movies in English is another effective method of immersion. Not only do they provide entertainment, but they also expose you to authentic language use, including slang, idiomatic expressions, and cultural references. Subtitles can be a helpful tool, especially in the beginning, as they allow you to match spoken words with their written form. However, as you become more comfortable with the language, try watching without subtitles to challenge your listening comprehension. This will help you rely more on your understanding of the spoken language rather than on the written text. Additionally, you can engage with the content by discussing it with others, summarizing what you've watched, or even reenacting scenes. This active engagement helps reinforce what you've learned and improves your speaking skills. Reading is another critical component of language learning. It exposes you to a wide range of vocabulary and different writing styles, which can enhance your comprehension and expand your knowledge of the language. When choosing reading materials, it's important to find texts that are both interesting and appropriate for your level. If the material is too easy, you won't learn much. If it's too difficult, you may become frustrated and lose motivation. Start with materials that are slightly challenging but still enjoyable. As you read, pay attention to how sentences are constructed, how ideas are expressed, and how vocabulary is used in context. This will help you develop a deeper understanding of English and improve your ability to use the language effectively. Reading out loud can also be beneficial, as it allows you to practice your pronunciation and fluency. By hearing yourself speak, you can identify areas where you need to improve, such as pronunciation, intonation, or pacing. Additionally, reading aloud helps reinforce the connection between spoken and written language, making it easier to recall vocabulary and sentence structures when you're speaking. Writing is another essential skill that complements your speaking ability. It allows you to practice expressing your thoughts clearly and coherently, which is crucial for effective communication. Start by writing short texts, such as journal entries, emails, or social media posts. As you become more confident, you can move on to longer texts such as essays, reports, or stories. Writing regularly helps you improve your grammar, expand your vocabulary, and develop your ability to articulate complex ideas. One effective way to improve your writing is by keeping a journal in English. This can be a personal diary where you write about your daily experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Journaling helps you practice expressing yourself in English without the pressure of an audience, allowing you to experiment with new vocabulary and sentence structures. Over time, this practice will help you develop a more natural writing style and improve your overall fluency. Additionally, getting feedback on your writing from a teacher, tutor, or native speaker can be incredibly valuable. Constructive feedback helps you identify areas for improvement, learn from your mistakes, and refine your writing skills. Speaking is perhaps the most challenging skill for many language learners, as it requires you to use the language in real time, often in spontaneous situations. However, it's also the most rewarding, as it allows you to communicate directly with others and express yourself in meaningful ways. To improve your speaking skills, it's important to practice regularly, even if you don't have access to native speakers. One effective method is to practice self-talk, where you speak English to yourself throughout the day. This could involve describing what you're doing, narrating your thoughts, or even having imaginary conversations. Self-talk helps you get used to forming sentences and expressing your ideas in English, making it easier to do so in real-life situations. Language exchange programs are another valuable resource for practicing speaking. These programs connect you with native speakers who want to learn your language, allowing you to practice English while helping them with your native language. This exchange provides a supportive environment where you can practice speaking without fear of judgment. It also allows you to learn about different cultures and perspectives, which can enhance your understanding of English and make your language learning experience more enriching. If you don't have access to a language exchange program, you can also practice speaking with other learners or join English speaking groups or clubs. These communities offer a space where you can practice English in a social setting, build your confidence, and make new friends. Pronunciation is a key aspect of speaking fluently, and it's something that many learners struggle with. English has a variety of sounds that may not exist in your native language, and mastering these sounds can be challenging. However, with regular practice, you can improve your pronunciation and speak more clearly. One effective way to improve your pronunciation is through shadowing, a technique where you listen to a native speaker and try to mimic their speech as closely as possible. This helps you develop a more natural speaking style and improves your ability to hear and produce the sounds of English. Shadowing can be done with any audio material such as podcasts, audiobooks, or videos. Start by choosing a short segment of speech, listen to it several times, and then try to repeat it exactly as you hear it. Focus on matching the speaker's intonation, stress, and rhythm, as well as the pronunciation of individual sounds. Another helpful tool for improving pronunciation is the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, a system of symbols that represent the sounds of English. Learning the IPA can help you understand how words are pronounced and identify any sounds that you find difficult. Many online resources and apps provide IPA charts, pronunciation guides, and practice exercises to help you improve your pronunciation. Additionally, recording yourself speaking and comparing your pronunciation to that of native speakers can be a valuable exercise. This allows you to hear any differences and work on areas that need improvement. Listening is another crucial skill that complements your speaking ability. It helps you improve your pronunciation, intonation, and understanding of the language. Listening to native speakers is particularly beneficial because it exposes you to the natural rhythm and flow of English. Podcasts, audiobooks, and radio shows are great resources for improving your listening skills. Try to listen actively, paying attention to how words are pronounced, how sentences are structured, and the context in which certain phrases are used. Active listening involves more than just hearing the words. It requires you to engage with the content, think about what is being said, and respond appropriately. This can help you develop a deeper understanding of the language and improve your ability to comprehend spoken English in real time. One way to practice active listening is by summarizing what you've heard. After listening to a podcast or watching a video, try to summarize the main points in your own words. This helps reinforce your understanding of the content and improves your ability to recall and articulate information in English. Additionally, discussing what you've listened to with others can provide an opportunity to practice speaking and deepen your understanding of the material. Another useful technique is to listen to the same content multiple times. Repetition helps reinforce the language and allows you to notice details that you may have missed the first time. With each listen, try to focus on different aspects of the content, such as vocabulary, pronunciation, or sentence structure. This can help you gain a more comprehensive understanding of the language and improve your listening skills over time. Grammar is another area where many learners struggle, but it's important to remember that grammar is just one part of learning a language. While it's necessary to have a good understanding of basic grammar rules, it's equally important to be able to use the language naturally and fluently. Rather than getting bogged down by trying to memorize complex grammar rules, focus on understanding how the language is used in real-life situations. Pay attention to how native speakers use grammar in conversation, and try to incorporate what you learn into your own speaking and writing. Practice is key, so don't be afraid to make mistakes and learn from them. To improve your grammar, it's helpful to focus on patterns and structures rather than isolated rules. For example, instead of memorizing the rules for each verb tense, try to notice how different tenses are used in context. Pay attention to the situations in which certain tenses are used, the types of words that often accompany them, and the overall structure of sentences. This approach helps you develop an intuitive understanding of grammar, making it easier to use correctly in your own speaking and writing. Additionally, practicing grammar through writing can be particularly effective, as it allows you to see how different structures work together in context. Writing exercises, such as sentence transformation or error correction, can help reinforce your understanding of grammar and improve your ability to use it correctly. Vocabulary is another essential component of language learning, and building a strong vocabulary is crucial for effective communication. The more words you know, the easier it will be to express yourself and understand others. One effective way to build your vocabulary is through reading and listening, as these activities expose you to new words in context. When you come across a new word, try to understand its meaning from the context, and then look it up to confirm. Keeping a vocabulary notebook can be a helpful way to track new words and phrases. Write down the word, its meaning, and an example sentence. Reviewing your vocabulary regularly helps reinforce what you've learned and makes it part of your active language use. In addition to learning individual words, it's also important to learn phrases and expressions. Phrases often carry a specific meaning that can't be deduced from the individual words, so learning them as a whole can improve your fluency and comprehension. For example, the phrase "take a break" has a specific meaning that is different from the meanings of take and break on their own. Learning phrases and expressions helps you sound more natural and fluent, as they are commonly used in everyday conversation. Another important aspect of vocabulary building is learning idiomatic expressions and slang. These are the phrases and expressions that native speakers use in everyday conversation, and they often don't make sense when translated literally. Learning idioms and slang can help you sound more natural and fluent, and it can also help you understand native speakers better. To learn these expressions, pay attention to how they are used in context, whether in conversation, movies, or books. Practice using them in your own speech, but be mindful of the context and audience, as some slang or idioms may not be appropriate in all situations. Confidence plays a significant role in learning to speak English fluently. It's natural to feel nervous or self-conscious when speaking a new language, especially in front of others. However, it's important to remember that making mistakes is a normal part of the learning process. Instead of worrying about being perfect, focus on communicating your message. With time and practice, your confidence will grow, and you'll find it easier to speak English without hesitation. One way to build confidence is to start with small, manageable goals. For example, set a goal to have a short conversation in English every day, or to use a new word or phrase in your conversations. As you achieve these goals, you'll gain a sense of accomplishment and motivation to keep improving. Staying motivated is key to your success in learning to speak English. Language learning is a long-term commitment, and it's easy to become discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Set realistic goals for yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. Find ways to make learning English enjoyable, whether it's through hobbies, interests, or activities that you enjoy. Surround yourself with a supportive community of fellow learners or native speakers who can encourage and motivate you. Remember that fluency doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence and dedication, you can achieve your goal of speaking English fluently. Keep pushing yourself to improve, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Each conversation, each practice session, and each new word learned is a step closer to mastering the English language. Using English in real-life situations is one of the most effective ways to practice and improve your language skills. Look for opportunities to use English in your daily life, whether it's at work, school, or in social settings. This could involve speaking with colleagues or classmates, participating in meetings or discussions, or simply making small talk with people you meet. The more you use English in real-life situations, the more natural it will become, and the more confident you will feel in your ability to communicate effectively. One way to create opportunities for real-life practice is to travel to an English-speaking country. Immersing yourself in an environment where English is the primary language forces you to use the language in a variety of situations, from ordering food at a restaurant to asking for directions. This type of immersion provides valuable practice and helps you build the confidence to use English in any situation. If travel is not an option, consider joining a local English-speaking community or participating in cultural events that involve English. These activities provide opportunities to practice your language skills while also learning about different cultures and perspectives. Another effective way to practice English in real-life situations is to volunteer or work in an English-speaking environment. Volunteering for an organization that serves English-speaking communities, such as a charity, a hospital, or a school, allows you to use English in meaningful ways while also giving back to the community. Similarly, working in an English-speaking environment, whether in a part-time job, internship, or full-time position, provides valuable experience and helps you develop your language skills in a professional context. Technology can also be a valuable tool for language learning. There are countless apps, websites, and online platforms that offer resources for learning English, from language courses and grammar exercises to vocabulary games and pronunciation practice. Many of these tools use artificial intelligence to provide personalized feedback and adapt to your individual learning needs. For example, language learning apps like Duolingo or Babbel offer interactive lessons that help you practice vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation in a fun and engaging way. Online language exchange platforms, such as Tandem or HelloTalk, allow you to connect with native speakers from around the world for language practice. These platforms provide opportunities to practice speaking, writing, and listening in real time, often with the added benefit of cultural exchange. In addition to using technology, it's important to develop good study habits and routines that support your language learning goals. Consistency is key to making progress, so try to practice English every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Set aside dedicated time for language learning and make it a regular part of your daily routine. This could involve studying vocabulary, practicing grammar exercises, reading, writing, or speaking. The more consistently you practice, the more progress you will make. Another effective study habit is to set specific, achievable goals for your language learning. For example, you might set a goal to learn a certain number of new words each week, to complete a certain number of language lessons, or to have a conversation in English every day. Setting goals helps you stay focused and motivated, and it gives you a sense of direction in your language learning journey. It's also important to track your progress and celebrate your achievements along the way. This could involve keeping a language learning journal, recording your speaking practice, or taking regular assessments to measure your improvement. Celebrating your progress helps you stay motivated and reminds you of how far you've come. In addition to practicing English, it's important to develop cultural awareness and understanding. Language and culture are deeply interconnected, and understanding the cultural context of English can help you communicate more effectively. This involves not only learning about the customs, traditions, and social norms of English-speaking countries, but also being aware of the cultural differences that may affect communication. For example, in some cultures, direct communication is valued, while in others, indirect communication is more common. Understanding these cultural differences can help you navigate social interactions and avoid misunderstandings. One way to develop cultural awareness is to engage with English-speaking media, such as books, movies, TV shows, and news articles. These sources provide insight into the values, beliefs, and practices of English-speaking cultures, and they can help you develop a deeper understanding of the language. Additionally, interacting with native speakers and learning about their experiences and perspectives can provide valuable cultural insights. Participating in cultural events, such as festivals, lectures, or workshops, can also help you learn more about English-speaking cultures and practice your language skills in a real-world context. Finally, it's important to maintain a positive mindset and stay patient with yourself throughout your language learning journey. Learning a new language is a challenging process, and it's natural to experience setbacks and frustrations along the way. However, it's important to stay focused on your goals and to keep a positive attitude. Remember that making mistakes is a normal part of the learning process, and each mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing yourself to achieve your language learning goals. With dedication, persistence, and the right strategies, you can achieve fluency in English and open up new opportunities for communication, connection, and personal growth. To further strengthen your English speaking skills, it's crucial to engage in real conversations as often as possible. Speaking with others gives you the chance to apply what you've learned, experiment with new vocabulary, and receive immediate feedback. Don't shy away from opportunities to converse, whether it's with a language partner, a tutor, or even someone you meet casually. Each interaction is a step towards greater fluency. Remember that conversations don't always have to be about complex topics. Starting with simple, everyday discussions can build your confidence and gradually prepare you for more challenging conversations. Participating in discussion groups or language clubs can also be incredibly beneficial. These settings provide a structured environment where you can practice speaking English with peers who are also learning. Often, these groups are organized around specific topics or interests, making the discussions both engaging and relevant. The collective learning environment helps reduce the anxiety of speaking in public, as everyone is focused on improving together. Regular participation in such groups can significantly improve your speaking abilities and introduce you to a variety of perspectives and speaking styles. In addition to speaking, don't underestimate the power of listening. Active listening is about more than just hearing words. It involves understanding the nuances of the language, such as tone, pitch, and rhythm. By paying close attention to how native speakers use these elements, you can improve your own pronunciation and intonation. Engaging with content like news broadcasts, interviews, and documentaries, which often feature different accents and formal language, can further refine your listening skills and expose you to diverse linguistic styles. Role-playing is another effective technique to enhance your speaking skills. By simulating real-life scenarios, such as ordering food in a restaurant or asking for directions, you can practice the specific language you'll need in those situations. Role-playing helps you anticipate potential challenges and prepares you to respond confidently and correctly. It's a fun and practical way to reinforce your learning and can be done alone or with a partner. Moreover, it can boost your ability to think quickly in English, which is essential for fluent communication. Engaging with English literature, whether it be classic novels, contemporary fiction, or poetry, can also deepen your understanding of the language. Literature often presents language in a more creative and expressive form, exposing you to a broader range of vocabulary and stylistic devices. This can not only enhance your reading skills, but also inspire you to use language more creatively in your own speech and writing. Additionally, discussing the themes, characters, and messages within these works can stimulate your critical thinking and expand your conversational repertoire. Language learning is also deeply connected to emotional intelligence. Understanding and expressing emotions in English can be challenging, as it often requires a deep grasp of subtleties and cultural nuances. Practice discussing your feelings, opinions, and experiences in English, whether through journaling, conversation, or other forms of expression. This practice will help you become more comfortable with the language on an emotional level and improve your ability to connect with others. As you become more adept at expressing yourself, you'll find that your communication becomes more authentic and impactful. Engaging with the language through art, music, and film can provide a rich cultural context that enhances your learning experience. Art and music often convey emotions and ideas in ways that words alone cannot, offering a deeper understanding of the cultural underpinnings of the language. Watching films in English, particularly those that focus on everyday life, can give you insights into how language is used in different social contexts. Additionally, analyzing the lyrics of English songs can help you understand idiomatic expressions and colloquialisms, which are often challenging for non-native speakers. Learning English is not just about mastering the language. It's also about developing the confidence to use it in diverse settings. Public speaking is an excellent way to build this confidence. Start by preparing short speeches or presentations on topics that interest you and practice delivering them in front of a mirror or to a small audience. Public speaking helps you become more comfortable with the language, improves your ability to organize your thoughts, and enhances your overall communication skills. As you become more confident, you can gradually tackle more complex topics and larger audiences. Exploring English-speaking cultures through travel, if possible, can provide an immersive learning experience that accelerates your fluency. Traveling allows you to experience the language in its natural environment, where you're exposed to various dialects, accents, and cultural practices. Whether you're navigating public transportation, ordering meals, or engaging with locals, every interaction provides an opportunity to practice and learn. Travel also deepens your cultural understanding, which is essential for effective communication. Even if travel isn't an option, virtual tours and online cultural exchanges can offer similar benefits. Another useful strategy is to focus on learning English through your interests and hobbies. Whether you're passionate about cooking, sports, technology, or another field, there's a wealth of English content available that can make learning more enjoyable. Reading articles, watching videos, or listening to podcasts related to your interests not only helps you build vocabulary, but also keeps you engaged and motivated. When learning is tied to something you're passionate about, it feels less like a chore and more like a natural part of your life. The importance of consistency in language learning cannot be overstated. Like any skill, language proficiency is built through regular, sustained practice. Even if you can only dedicate a few minutes each day, consistency is key to making progress. Establishing a daily routine that includes speaking, listening, reading, and writing in English can help solidify your learning. Set achievable goals, such as learning a new word each day or practicing a specific grammar point, and gradually increase the complexity as you improve. Over time, these small, consistent efforts will lead to significant gains in fluency. To further enhance your vocabulary acquisition, consider using flashcards or language apps that utilize spaced repetition systems, SRS. These tools are designed to help you memorize new words and phrases more effectively by reviewing them at strategically timed intervals. This method has been proven to improve long-term retention of vocabulary. Additionally, try to incorporate new words into your daily conversations or writing as soon as you learn them. Using new vocabulary in context helps reinforce your memory and makes it easier to recall when needed. Another effective way to reinforce your learning is by teaching English to others. Whether it's helping a fellow learner, tutoring beginners, or simply explaining concepts to friends or family, teaching forces you to clarify your understanding and articulate your knowledge clearly. This process not only strengthens your grasp of the language, but also builds your confidence in using it. Moreover, teaching others can reveal gaps in your knowledge, providing you with a clear direction for further study. Engaging with the news in English is a practical way to improve your language skills while staying informed about current events. News articles, broadcasts, and podcasts cover a wide range of topics and often introduce new vocabulary and complex sentence structures. Try reading or listening to the news regularly and challenge yourself to summarize the main points in your own words. This exercise not only enhances your comprehension, but also helps you practice expressing ideas succinctly and accurately. Engaging with the news also exposes you to different registers of English, from formal to conversational, broadening your linguistic repertoire. To improve your writing skills, consider joining an online writing group or forum where you can share your work and receive feedback from others. Writing groups provide a supportive community where you can practice writing in English, whether it's through essays, stories, or articles. The feedback you receive can help you identify areas for improvement and refine your writing style. Additionally, reading and commenting on others' work can give you new perspectives and ideas, further enhancing your writing abilities. Incorporating humor into your language learning can make the process more enjoyable and help you better understand cultural nuances. Watching stand-up comedy, sitcoms, or humorous films in English can introduce you to idiomatic expressions, wordplay, and cultural references that are often challenging for language learners. Humor also helps you relax and enjoy the learning process, reducing the stress that can sometimes accompany language study. By understanding and using humor in English, you can also improve your ability to engage in more natural, spontaneous conversations with native speakers. Engaging with historical content, such as documentaries, books, or lectures in English, can provide valuable context for understanding the language and its cultural roots. History often influences language in profound ways, from idiomatic expressions to the evolution of certain words. By learning about the history of English-speaking countries, you can gain a deeper understanding of the language and the cultural references that are often embedded within it. This knowledge can enrich your conversations and help you connect more deeply with native speakers. Experimenting with creative writing in English can be a fun and rewarding way to enhance your language skills. Whether it's writing poetry, short stories, or even a blog, creative writing encourages you to play with language, explore new ideas, and express yourself in unique ways. This type of writing allows you to break free from the constraints of formal grammar and vocabulary, giving you the freedom to experiment with different styles and voices. Creative writing also helps you develop a more personal connection to the language, making it easier to remember and use in conversation. Engaging with English language science and technology content can help you expand your technical vocabulary and improve your ability to understand and discuss complex topics. Whether you're reading scientific journals, watching documentaries, or listening to tech podcasts, these resources provide a wealth of specialized vocabulary and information. This type of content is particularly useful if you work in a field that requires technical knowledge, or if you have a strong interest in science and technology. By familiarizing yourself with the language used in these domains, you'll be better equipped to participate in professional or academic discussions. Finally, always remember that language learning is a journey, not a destination. It's natural to encounter challenges and plateaus along the way, but each difficulty is an opportunity for growth. Stay curious, keep exploring new ways to learn, and remain patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing forward. With time, effort, and the right strategies, you will continue to improve and gain confidence in your ability to communicate in English. The skills you develop will not only help you achieve your language goals, but also enrich your life in countless ways. One often overlooked aspect of language learning is understanding the cultural nuances behind idioms and expressions. Idioms are phrases whose meanings are not literal and can be confusing for learners. For instance, break the ice doesn't literally mean to break ice, but rather to start a conversation in a social setting. Understanding the origins or cultural significance of such idioms can help you use them more accurately and understand them when others use them. This depth of understanding not only improves your language skills, but also enriches your interactions with native speakers. Incorporating mindfulness into your language learning can be a powerful tool. Mindfulness involves being fully present and aware in the moment, which can help you focus better during language practice. When you're mindful, you're more attuned to the subtleties of pronunciation, the structure of sentences, and the flow of conversation. This heightened awareness can lead to quicker and more lasting improvements in your speaking and comprehension abilities. Simple practices like deep breathing before starting a speaking exercise can calm your mind and prepare you to absorb new information more effectively. Immersing yourself in English language literature and media not only improves your language skills, but also introduces you to different perspectives and ways of thinking. For example, reading novels or watching films from various English-speaking countries exposes you to diverse cultural norms, societal issues, and historical contexts. This cultural immersion helps you develop a more well-rounded understanding of the language and its many uses. It also makes learning more engaging and enjoyable, as you're not just learning words but also discovering new worlds through the language. Practicing with a variety of English accents can also be beneficial. English is spoken with many different accents across the world, from the British and American accents to Australian, South African, and Indian accents. Exposure to different accents can improve your listening skills and help you become a more versatile speaker. You can practice this by listening to podcasts, watching movies, or engaging in conversations with people from different regions. Understanding and adapting to different accents will make it easier for you to communicate with a wider range of English speakers. Developing your listening comprehension is critical for effective communication. This can be enhanced by engaging with a variety of audio materials, such as podcasts, audiobooks, and radio shows. These resources expose you to different speaking speeds, intonations, and vocabularies. For instance, podcasts often feature informal, conversational language, which can help you get used to the flow and rhythm of everyday speech. On the other hand, audiobooks can improve your comprehension of more structured, formal language. Regularly exposing yourself to these different audio formats will strengthen your listening skills and make you a more confident listener. Understanding the role of body language in communication is also crucial when learning English. Nonverbal cues such as gestures, facial expressions, and posture can convey meaning just as much as words. For example, nodding your head can indicate agreement, while crossed arms might suggest defensiveness. Being aware of these signals can help you better interpret the emotions and intentions of others during conversations. Additionally, learning to use appropriate body language can make your own communication more effective and help you connect more naturally with English speakers. Building your English-speaking community is an important step in your language journey. Surrounding yourself with people who speak English, whether they are native speakers or fellow learners, creates a supportive environment that encourages practice and growth. This can be done by joining local or online language groups, participating in social events, or even just spending time with English-speaking friends. The more you immerse yourself in an English-speaking community, the more opportunities you'll have to practice and improve. This social aspect of learning can also make the process more enjoyable and less isolating. Practicing English in a variety of contexts can help solidify your skills. For example, if you usually practice English in academic settings, try using it in casual conversations at work or in creative activities like writing or art. Each context requires a slightly different use of language, which can help you develop a more flexible and adaptive communication style. The more contexts in which you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with switching between different types of English, from formal to informal, from technical to conversational. Engaging in debates or discussions on topics that interest you is another excellent way to improve your English. Debates require you to articulate your thoughts clearly, defend your opinions, and respond to counterarguments, all of which are valuable skills in any language. Participating in debates, whether in person or online, can challenge you to think critically and communicate more effectively. It also exposes you to different viewpoints and ways of expressing ideas, which can broaden your understanding of the language and improve your overall fluency. Understanding the rhythm and stress patterns of English can significantly enhance your speaking and listening abilities. English is a stress-timed language, meaning that the rhythm of speech is determined by the stress syllables, with unstressed syllables taking less time. This can be challenging for learners whose native languages are syllable-timed, where each syllable takes the same amount of time. By practicing with audio materials such as songs or poetry, you can develop a better sense of English rhythm and stress, which will make your speech sound more natural and help you understand spoken English more easily. Taking advantage of technology can greatly enhance your language learning experience. Many apps and online platforms offer interactive exercises, instant feedback, and the ability to track your progress over time. Some apps even use artificial intelligence to tailor lessons to your specific learning needs and pace. This personalized approach can make learning more efficient and enjoyable. Additionally, using technology to connect with language partners or tutors from around the world can provide valuable real-time practice, helping you apply your skills in a practical and engaging way. Learning to think in English is a major milestone in your language journey. When you begin to think in English, rather than translating from your native language, you'll find that your fluency and speed improve significantly. Start by thinking in English during simple activities, such as describing your surroundings or planning your day. Gradually, as this becomes more comfortable, try thinking in English during more complex tasks, like solving problems or making decisions. This shift in mindset will help you internalize the language and make it a more natural part of your daily life. Engaging with English-speaking media that aligns with your personal interests can make learning more relevant and enjoyable. Whether you're into sports, fashion, technology, or cooking, there's a wealth of English language content available that can help you expand your vocabulary and improve your comprehension in a context that excites you. This could be in the form of YouTube channels, blogs, podcasts, or even social media accounts. The key is to find content that you genuinely enjoy, as this will keep you motivated and make learning feel less like a chore. Another effective strategy is to immerse yourself in English through daily activities. For example, you can switch your phone's language settings to English, listen to English music while cooking, or read English recipes when preparing meals. These small changes can add up over time and help you practice English in a variety of contexts without requiring extra time out of your day. The more you integrate English into your daily routine, the more natural it will become, and the easier it will be to reach your language goals. Developing your storytelling skills in English can be both fun and beneficial. Storytelling requires you to organize your thoughts, use descriptive language, and engage your audience, all of which are important language skills. Try telling stories about your own experiences or creating fictional tales. This practice can improve your speaking and writing abilities while also helping you connect more deeply with others. Storytelling also encourages you to use a wide range of vocabulary and grammatical structures, which can enrich your language use and make your communication more dynamic and interesting. Engaging in reflective practice can help you consolidate your learning and track your progress. After each language learning session, take a few minutes to reflect on what you learned, what challenges you faced, and what you can do differently next time. This practice can help you identify patterns in your learning, such as recurring difficulties or areas of strength, and adjust your strategies accordingly. Keeping a language journal where you document these reflections can also serve as a motivational tool, as it allows you to look back and see how far you've come. Exploring English through creative arts such as painting, music, or dance can offer a unique way to engage with the language. These activities often involve learning new vocabulary related to the art form and can help you express yourself in English in nonverbal ways. For example, if you enjoy painting, you might learn the names of colors, tools, and techniques in English. If you're into music, learning the lyrics of English songs can improve your listening and pronunciation skills. These creative outlets not only enhance your language learning, but also provide a fun and relaxing way to practice. Focusing on pronunciation is essential for clear communication. Many learners struggle with English pronunciation due to the language's complex spelling rules and numerous exceptions. One effective way to improve your pronunciation is to focus on individual sounds and practice them regularly. This could involve working with a tutor who can provide feedback using pronunciation apps or practicing with tongue twisters. Additionally, paying attention to how native speakers form their mouth and tongue when producing sounds can give you valuable insights into improving your own pronunciation. Learning English for specific purposes, such as for your career or academic studies, can provide a clear direction and motivation. If you're learning English for work, focus on the vocabulary, phrases, and language skills that are most relevant to your field. This might involve reading industry-specific articles, attending conferences in English, or practicing presentations. Similarly, if you're preparing for academic studies, concentrate on developing your academic writing, reading, and critical thinking skills. By tailoring your learning to your specific goals, you can make more efficient progress and feel more confident in your ability to use English in real-life situations. Finally, remember that language learning is a deeply personal journey. What works for one person may not work for another, so it's important to find strategies that suit your learning style and preferences. This might involve experimenting with different methods, such as immersive learning, structured classes, self-study, or language exchanges, to discover what resonates most with you. Don't be afraid to adjust your approach as you progress. What's important is that you stay engaged and motivated. The journey to fluency is not a linear path, and there will be ups and downs along the way. Embrace the challenges as opportunities to grow and celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. With persistence, patience, and a willingness to keep learning, you'll find that your English skills continue to improve, opening up new possibilities for communication, connection, and understanding in your personal and professional life.